pretty big for you guys to come on the road and get a top 25 victory in the preseason here.
Yeah, so far so good. Now that you're sitting 2-0, you kind of hope that the guys are hungry to try to get more. That's not going to be easy because certainly we have great respect for Coach Checkett's program, and I'm sure they're going to try to get off the deck, give us our best shot, and see what we can do tomorrow. But so far so good, and so far so good in the season as well.
What did you think of David Peterson today?
Well, he wasn't feeling well, and he's the bugaboo for him. He's kind of pitched like a freshman, unfortunately. At the beginning, he's not been in character, not executing pitches, and lead-off walk, and then we don't get an out on a bunt. But then the mature side of David Peterson and the talented side of him showed up, that he turned what could have been a crooked number in the first into a 1. And then I thought he got better as the game went on. And I didn't think he had his best breaking ball. And he still found a way to get us deep in the game and get his first college victory. And pretty cool. He's got a tremendous future.
And it seems like you just keep bringing in strong left-handed arms to start for you. You had Cole Irvin go yesterday. He's working his way back on pitch counts and stuff. How is he progressing at the front of the rotation for you coming off that Tommy John surgery?
Well, good. He's passed all the physical tests. I don't think he was extremely sharp. He had a little trouble with the mound and getting accustomed to the mound. He didn't use that as an excuse, to his credit. And I think physically he's getting stronger and stronger, and hopefully we can continue to add 5 or 10 pitches each week and get him to a point where we don't have to pitch count a start. He can just get a legitimate start and throw all of his pitches. And but obviously with his future and his ability, we'll be cautiously aggressive, and hopefully he'll continue to pass every test.
And your teams have been built off pitching and defense, and a lot of small ball, especially during your Oregon days. But it seems like this team has a little bit more physicality in the middle of the lineup. Do you see that as the case?
Yeah, we suspected that. We're very athletic. We've got some really strong left-handed hitters, some guys that we brought in, Coach Waz brought in from a junior college that had hitting backgrounds, and they're physically a lot more mature than the freshmen developing. And heck, Uriste, Cuddy, and St. Louis have added 3 quality left-handed bats to the likes of Tolman and Chase and Catalano and Caraviotis, and the experience that we had up the middle defensively. And we like the versatility of our offense. And we knew coming into this series with Coach Checkett's prowess and his pitching staff that we'd be challenged. And so far we've accepted that challenge pretty good. And Tate was cutting us up pretty good, like he does a lot of guys. And then we finally found a way to get to him, and that was a good Friday night win as well.
And Brandon Cuddy had the big hit yesterday, comes out today, 7 RBIs, the big hit to get you ahead early in the game, and then the grand slam later. What has he kind of added to the middle of the lineup, with Sean Chase struggling a little bit right now?
Well, that's baseball, and Sean can't be on it. Nobody can be on it in baseball, not even at the major league level. Even the best, the Cabreras or the Pujolses, they have their little swells or their hot streaks and different things like that, even the best of the best. And so Chase has been a little bit off, and Brandon's been able to take what we think are professional at-bats, mature at-bats, turned around some at-bats. Even yesterday he had some crummy at-bats early, and then he ends up getting the game-winning hit. So that's what real pros do, is they get up off the deck. We call it hoping or wishing for your 4th or 5th at-bat when you've had a crummy day. That takes certain mentality, and Brandon's been through it. And our coaching staff, our offensive coaches, do a good job of teaching them how to get to the next pitch with confidence, and Brandon certainly did that yesterday and today, and not trying too hard to pick up a fellow teammate in Sean Chase.
He's one of those 3 transfers that you have in the lineup. Sometimes when you have transfers, you throw them right in the lineup, the chemistry issues can come to the head. How have you guys been able to pull the team together and put out another solid product once again this year?
Well, that's them. We try to develop a culture. We try to develop team bonding things and spending time together and hanging out together and working out together and yelling at them together and all those kind of things that everybody in the country does. But you can't fake that stuff. They have to genuinely like each other. They like to want to compete with one another. When you have 34 guys or 35 guys on a roster, and they're all the best of the best from wherever they come to, certain guys have to take a secondary seat early in the season, and sometimes the chemistry gets affected because guys are moping and complaining about playing time, and a tribute to our guys and the maturity that they don't like their role as playing a secondary role, but they've accepted their role, and the fact that they can cheer for their teammates for 3 hours or 3.5 hours and compete with them and know that the way to get their chance is performance when their opportunity provides itself, I think is a sign of a mature group. And we said early, you know, and it's way too early to get way out there in expectations, but these guys really look like they like each other. They like to compete. They like challenges. We got run off the field and infield outfield. It was a crummy infield outfield, and they got up off the deck and did something about it and got off to a slow start in this game. So far we really kind of like their character and their competitiveness and their ability to get up off the deck and do something about it.